Hey guys, welcome, welcome. I'll be with you guys. Okay, shortened version. Hello, people. Hello, people. Welcome to the guy who finally got suspended. Finally got suspended on Twitter. So, been looking forward to the day when I could say I've been suspended on Twitter. And yes, I have been suspended on Twitter. So you look at my account on Twitter, I am suspended officially. And 2 days later, 3 days later, and I still don't have any feedback on what I'm fucking supposed to do. So what have you done now? I haven't done anything. That's the problem. You got too close to truth. No, it's actually the. I don't know. It should be a simple thing, and I don't know why it's taking them so long to go figure it out. But it's at the hat. It's not a MAGA hat, so they shouldn't care about that. That means you did it right. If you don't know what you did, well, I know what I did, but I don't have any feedback as far as why it should be so hard to go fix this. Okay, it should be, should be slam dunk, no problem. And yet they make me look like a zucking criminal. So I feel like a zucking criminal on the internet because my Twitter was suspended. Twitty bird can't handle the truth. Well, it's really nothing to do with that. It's actually more basic, but it just shows a that Sir Cal. I think that is the Brax Me hat. Chief Tor has one. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that, Chief Tor. So yes, these Brax Me hat are, I believe, $14.95. I can't remember. Yes, $14.95 Braxme hats from my store. So yes, Braxme hats. It's a nice black cotton hat for $14.95 at my store. So pretty much giveaway. So I don't make any money from. So just get one. I thought a suspension. Yes, you saw a suspension. So who convinced you to learn the song? Did you convince me to learn that song? Huge bite. Okay. Huge bite. Did you convince me to learn that song? I need to get confirmation. Just say yes or no. Just say yes or no, huge bite. You say, yes, I convinced you to learn the song. Yes or no. Huge bite, just yes or no, and that's good enough for me. I won't discuss it any further. Were you talking smack about that Twitter? No, I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't doing anything. You learned it before I discovered you. Okay, so huge bite, you say yes or zucking no. I said, yes, I convinced you to learn that song. Yes or no. I just need a zucking answer. And I won't discuss it any further. It's a very simple question. You say, yes, I convinced you to learn the song. And that would be good enough. And I won't discuss it any further. Just tell me. The fact that you asked me the question already tells me what we're talking about. Okay, your scope about Assange yesterday probably did. No, I was suspended before the Assange scope. I was suspended last Wednesday. Social Fit and his social media cronies are behind there. I don't think so. Hello, Karen. Hello, Karen. So Huge Bite won't tell me what the story is, but Huge Bite, welcome. Welcome, Huge Bite. Good to see you again. After many years. Okay. Or maybe not. You just have different time periods. Okay. Instagram is 89% people's info. Twizzler has the rest. Zuck you. So, we like hanging out with you here in Pearland anyway. No, I want you to hang out not in Pearland, but in YouTube land. By the way, I'm going to tell you something. Okay, some of you say, "Well, I hate you. I hate Google because they track you." 2 firearms. Yes, Zach, I have 2. Okay, here's 1 firearm, and this is the second firearm. Yes, 2 one has a yellow tip, one does not have a yellow tip. But yes, I have 2 firearms. Yes, I have 2 firearms. So yes, 2 firearms. That's a good thing. 2 FA. Okay, gangsta. Yeah, 2 FA, okay? One is a orange tip, one does not have an orange tip. Okay? So 2 FA. So here, go check out this one and see all the markings on there on that one. Yes. Right arm, brother. 1 screw missing on handle. Yes, the other one. Oh my gosh, you even noticed the 1 screw missing on the zucking handle. Yes, I lost it. Double the damage. Yes. So I can fire this one. When you way to go, Kuya. Yes, Karen. So yes. So freedom. This is what freedom is about. So you were testing them. What's the matter? Didn't you know if they worked or not? The other one got broken because it got dropped and it lost some parts and it lost the front sight. This one has a missing front sight. If you notice, there's no front sight to that. See, there's no front sight. Where's the Zucking front sight? None. This is no front sight. Was it the squash? Guys, I had adult beverages. Parts is parts. I had adult beverages. Is there any doubt about that? Because, Zach, if you're going to go question me, I had adult beverages. Real men don't need front sights? Zach, you need front sight. I need a front sight. You're supposed to focus on the front sight, not on the back sight. You're supposed to focus your eyes on the front sight. Okay? So if you think if you think I don't know how to handle this, I don't know. Maybe you can tell if I know how to handle it or not. But I think I need option on Assange. What's your option on Assange? Tracer bullets, pack you in a box? Suck. Adult beverages, orange juice, and soda. That's correct, John. Don't shoot while intoxicated. I will not. I will try not to do that. I will try not to do that. So none of you are on sucking YouTube. What's the problem? Hello, Paula. So just to make it clear, some of you got followed by Brax_me on Twitter, and you're saying, who the fuck is Brax_me? That's me. So if you are interested, please follow me back. Okay, please follow me back. So Paula, please follow me back on Brax_me on Twitter. That's my other account. It's my corporate account, and I guess I'm gonna tweet on that for a while. I was not tweeting on that for a while because hello Poland Spring. So anyway, please. Okay, I did get another request. Yes, please follow me on Brax_me. And if you get that, it's Rob Braxman. It's me. It's not some stranger. Just follow that on Twitter because I got to make sure that I don't lose track of my my friends here. With the screw up with Twitter. So I don't want. Luckily, you got. Well, I have three. I have 3 accounts. Well, I have more than that, but. Not a large number, but they're not used for trolling. I have some legit accounts from Periscope. I have a Rob Braxman account, which is Rob Braxman on Periscope, which I hardly use. I was going to split off the business side and the personal side, and I actually didn't do it. So there's a Rob Braxman on Twitter on Periscope. Which is my other account, which there's only like 100 or so followers on there. I didn't really do much broadcasting of that. No more adult beverage. Come on, Sponge. How are we going to enjoy zucking adult beverages? Aren't we supposed to go to Wisconsin and have some adult beverages in zucking Wisconsin? Suck. So follow BraxMe on Twitter. And that's me. So if you're wondering where am I on Twitter, I still have an account. I have a couple accounts, but BraxMe is still there, and that's the main one. And so follow that. But I had 7,000 followers on the other account. Hello, No Mo Hate. Hi there, No Mo Hate. So there's only 8 people on YouTube. Are you zucking me on YouTube here after I reach my 4,000 hours? Beer isn't an adult beverage, but cheese is. Sponge, Zuck, that's because you live in nowhere land in Wisconsin. You need to live closer to the city. Stormy Lawyer going down. Yes, Stormy Lawyer going down. You'll hear from HQ soon. Maybe they'll send you an Easter package. Zuck, I mean, it's 3 days of this. It's let me just tell you the story here of why I got suspended, and it's really pretty zucked up. Really pretty zucked up. Okay, G-Bus, what are you saying? If Rob smokes 3 poles each night, how much more money will Rob make each week, and how many poles will have smoked? Don't know. Are you Mastodon? I'll follow you there. I don't use Twitter. Okay, you're on YouTube now. You're not on YouTube. You just type that on Periscope. Okay, did you get Passover gift from Monica Lewinsky? Is Monica Lewinsky Jewish? I didn't know that. Lewinsky sounds Polish. Am I missing something there? I didn't know that Monica Lewinsky sounds like a Polish name. Yes, when I was young, I lived in Wisconsin, and in Wisconsin, all the Inskis and Winskis and all that, and there were most of the population in the city was from Poland. Hello, Lenny PR, Monica, my cousin. She's Polish. Ski is Polish. Yes, that's my guess. Type what on YouTube? What the Zach? You don't have to type anything in YouTube. Just go follow me on, subscribe to my YouTube account, which is right up there. I mean, how hard is that? There's the YouTube logo. There's the YouTube logo. It says subscribe, and there's Rob Braxman Tech. How hard is that? Ethnicity of what? My ethnicity? Well, obviously, I'm sucking Asian. Is that like a big thing to guess? My ethnicity? Or somebody else's ethnicity? Oh, I did that ages ago. The YouTube deal, you just did it ages ago. You're supposed to watch me on YouTube because all the videos are on YouTube. Polish is an ethnicity? Really? So if you're from Poland, that's an ethnicity? You are human. Okay. No more hate is human. Okay, so people, thumbs up the video on YouTube. Yes, I got 8 people on YouTube. What the zuck is going on here? You guys don't want to watch on YouTube? Barber, Bill Clinton said it's okay for Lewinsky to be friends with others now. Oh, okay, as long as Bill Clinton gives the permission. But Lewinsky is pretty old now, isn't she? I mean, you know. Hello, Bob the Cat. Lewinsky is not that young anymore, right? I mean, you know, it's been a while. I mean, it was in the 90s when she zucked somebody's zick. If I go on vacation to LA, can I sail on your boat? Will they let you in here? Friday is more fun on Periscope. Really? Okay, so normally nobody watches me on Zucking Fridays because, you know, they want to see open bobs. And they're not going to find open bobs here. They're going to say, you need logo on your top. Logo of what? What logo, John? What logo? 21 people are watching on YouTube. Why come it says 8? Oh my gosh! Oh, it's not updated. Okay, so there are 20 people on YouTube. It just says 8 on it. So before I talk about the Twitter issue, let me just say I have reached 4,000. I've surpassed 4,000 hours on YouTube. So I'm now officially in the I don't know, serious YouTuber types. So I've accomplished 4,000 hours on YouTube, which means I'm qualified for, they call it what, super chat monetization. Basically, that they'll review it and then in so many days they will approve it, and then you might see some ads in my videos on YouTube, and that's gonna happen presumably in a couple of weeks or less. You get paid from YouTube. Yes. So when you reach 4,000 hours and over 1,000 subscribers, which I have, then you get into the monetization category. And so I don't know what that's going to do. Hello, Van, my buddy. How are you doing, Van? So I've achieved that yesterday. So I achieved that last night. So let's say that Assange put us over the top. Can you get text-to-speech donations? Suck. I'll just give you my I'm just gonna give you my PayPal, and you can donate directly to PayPal. It's rob@brax.me. So if you want to donate to PayPal, it's rob.brax.me. So we need 1,000 subs to go live on YouTube. I was live on YouTube before. I had 100 subs, and I was grandfathered, and I was able to go live at pretty much immediately. And how do you go live if you have to wait 1,000 subs to get to go live? A lot of people aren't going to go live. Do I get paid double tonight for watching on both platforms? Zuck. Maybe I get paid double. If you give me super hearts and super chats, or what is it, super whatever they call it on YouTube. So Twitter, what the zuck? Yes, John. So we'll talk about that in a moment. But I'm going to educate you tonight on 2FA, and that's you said .me, Brax.me. Yes, my app. .me. Hello, Mad Loom. So anyway, just before I forget, for those of you who are not following my Twitter account, please follow my other YouTube account, my other Twitter account, because the other one is suspended, and it's Brax Me. Brax Me. Yes, there it is. Please follow this account, Brax underscore me, on YouTube. Sorry, on Twitter. Please subscribe to this account on YouTube, so I don't look like a loser, because I have under a thousand subscribers or followers on Twitter, and don't make me look like a loser. Follow me on on YouTube, so I look legit. So because I had 7,000 followers on my original YouTube account, they'll probably get restored. But let me just tell you what happened. So I made a video, which I hope to educate you on tonight. The video I made, Pat's Fan. Hello, Pat's Fan. How are you doing, Pat's Fan? So I made a video. Thank you, Van. Thank you so much, Van. I made a video on just to make it clear, what I've done in the last few months since January is I've decided to go full time on doing broadcast and educating you and making videos. I've gone and done this full time. I basically, I'm not making any other money any other way. I'm basically making this with no income, and decided to go full time on YouTube making videos and then doing broadcasting every day while maintaining Brax.me and Bytes VPN. So this has been my full time thing, and clearly, just in case you don't know, it means I'm not making any income. So I'm a programmer, and I'm a software developer, and I can make money as a software developer. And instead of doing that, I've turned full time into broadcasting. And the effect of that is that when I do the broadcast, then I can't do anything else because I'm committed to doing this full time. So because of that, your support is extremely important to me now, because this is how I'm going to survive from here on, which I am not surviving right now. So just to make it clear, okay, not surviving doing this. So this is a new thing, a new direction, and my goal is to make the word privacy a very, very important part of the vocabulary, so that all of you learn from me. And I'm going to spend my time teaching you, and hopefully from what I'm teaching you, you support me by using products that I may offer that may be beneficial to you, or if you are intent on supporting me, I do have a Patreon account, Rob Braxman. It's my Patreon account. So you didn't pay the electric bill? Yes, I did not. I paid the electric bill, but I'm going broke from paying the electric bill. Thank you, Bob the Cat, for inviting 16,400 followers. Thank you. Make a jazz album, then I'll get zero returns from that. So anyway, I've gone full time to doing this, and when I was doing Periscope alone, I was not doing that, and this is truly a full time deal. I'm making these videos, and it's very time consuming to making these videos. Some videos take the full day to make. Most of them take a full day to make. So and my intent is to educate you. So I do have a Patreon account, and it's Rob Braxman. And if you want to support me, could you sell that piano for 4K? Why would I sell my piano for 4K? Maybe I'll sell it for much more than that. But if I sell it, then I couldn't broadcast. Hello, Perry Palace. That's Perry Palace is Bob the Cat. So that's I'm confused. Perry Palace is 96,000. That is so supportive of you, Bob the Cat. I'm so happy. Thank you so much, Bob the Cat. You could have CSI come and help with the editing. CSI came to my house and said, "Can we use your house for a CSI episode?" And I'm the cat's time machine. So CSI decided they're not going to use my house, but we were in second place Bob is the man. Bob the Cat. Thank you, Bob the Cat. Off to 2112. Oh my gosh, what is 2112? What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck does that mean? Anyway, so all of your support to what I do, educating you on privacy issues, it's really important to me, and it's very, very appreciated. And I do have a VPN that's you can see over there, Bytes VPN. So if you need a VPN, there are many, many people here who use my VPN. You want to see Open Bob's Michi Haru? You want to see my? Hello, Jeff. So if you want to, if you need a VPN, you'll find that many people are very happy with this particular VPN because it offers you twice the value from compared to commercial VPNs out there, and again, little things like that support what I do, and that's good enough. This is not made to make me rich. It's just it's important for you, and I'm committing myself to doing this. So thank you so much. On the way to survive sometimes is to work for free. Suck. Can you do a video on the best password manager? I'll actually talk about that because that's actually part of the story. What happened to your Twitter? Okay, you just got here. So PC Tech for Life, how are you doing, buddy? VPN doesn't work on my track phone. Maybe you could do both tours with your yacht. Anyway, okay. So what I was trying to do was make a video. I was making a video on two-factor authentication. So let me just tell you what two-factor authentication is, and then the side effect of this was to have my my Twitter banned, okay, or suspended. Will using a VPN slow down my internet speed? No. VPN is very fast. VPN doesn't usually affect you as far as VPN speed at all. Most VPNs are very fast. Tor, which is an option, has a cutoff limit. VPNs don't usually have a limit. Okay, so VPNs are usually fast. And many people here are on Bytes VPN, and they know it doesn't have any effect. Hello, Mystic Deanna. I think people would be crazy not to listen to you and protect themselves with your advice. Thank you, Mystic Deanna. The news confirmed what Rob said long ago about Amazon listening to you via Alexa. Yes. So anyway, thank you, Mystic Deanna. So anyway, this is what I was trying to do, which caused me to get banned. And there's a flaw in the way Twitter's handling this, and it's I gave them 3 days to resolve this, and it hasn't been resolved yet. And it's really nothing to do with me. I mean, it's their screw up. McFanny, hello, McFanny, how are you doing? How are you doing, Jan? Good to see you. So anyway, this is the issue. I was trying to do a video on two-factor authentication, and when I was doing the video on two-factor authentication, I was experimenting with doing this. I was experimenting using hardware, and here I have a hardware two-factor authentication. This is called a YubiKey, which I made a video of, to do hardware authentication. So in a sense, if you have hardware authentication, that should guarantee that you're the right person. Okay? This alone is enough to guarantee that you're the right person. There should be no doubt about this. Okay? Hello, Rich, it's me. Okay? So I have 4-factor authentication on Twitter. I have 4, maybe even 5, 4-factor authentication on Twitter. And they suspended it. Okay? It's like, are you guys zucked up? I mean, I'm already showing you the zucking hardware authentication, and you're thinking that my account is being hacked. I mean, are you zucked up? If I have the hardware, then what the zuck are you talking about? Why are you still suspending my account when I have the zucking hardware authentication? How the zuck do you screw this up? Hardware authentication with a YubiKey 5 Nano. This is a video. There's a video of this. So I'm using, this just to show you, my Twitter account has YubiKey hardware authentication, that's one factor. I have Google Authenticator. Google Authenticator, which is another level of authentication. I have SMS authentication. SMS, that's 3-factor. Then I got email verification, which they just verified. So I got 4 zucking factor authentication, and they won't zucking restore my zucking account. Are you zucked up, Twitter? What the zuck is wrong with you? Hello, GBY. Hello. Okay, I have zucking 4-factor authentication, guaranteeing that I am the right party, and you're saying that I'm screwed up, and you are taking 3 days so far, and you have not restored my account. Isn't that the purpose for 4 zucking factor authentication, to guarantee that I am the original account holder? I got 4 zucking factors, Twitter, 4. And they think my account has been zucking hacked. What the zuck is up, people? 4 zucking factor authentication. And this is what actually happened. Okay, I was testing 2FA, and if you want to know, which is what we're going to talk about tonight, is I'm going to show you, there's a video I made on how to do 2-factor authentication without using your real phone number. That's the video I was making. I did 2-factor authentication using not my real phone number, and I was demonstrating that. It worked fine. It worked fine. Up to that point, it was working fine. Okay, then I said, well, since I used the same 2-factor authentication on the video, I certainly don't want to keep that, so I wanted to change it back to the original 2-factor, which is a different phone number, and I wanted to restore it to the original 2-factor. So I changed the phone number back to the old 2-factor in 1 day, and they said, Zuck you, we're going to suspend your account because you used 2 different phone numbers in the same day. It's not that it's necessary, Donna. I was doing a zucking video on 2-factor authentication. I was doing a video. Maybe I should not have used this account for 2-factor authentication. Maybe I should have used a different account. But I was proving that you can actually make it work. It worked fine. And then when I tried to restore the 2-factor authentication to the original phone number, they said, Zuck you, we're going to suspend your account. And I was like, okay, fine. Okay, this should be quick. So I emailed them saying, can you unsuspend the account? Because it's obviously I have control of the email. So they sent back an email saying, do you control the email? I said, yes, I control the email. And I said, I have hardware 2FA, so you should just restore the account. 3 days later, it's still not restored, and I have hardware 2FA. If you have hardware to confirm your identity, zuck you. What the zuck is wrong? I mean, it's a big company. I mean, you should use your zucking head. I get the zucking hardware authentication right here. If I have the hardware authentication, what the zuck are you doing delaying and suspending my account? Zuck. So now I'm going to lose followers because they're going to say, oh, this guy's been suspended. And it's like shaming me like I did something wrong. Maybe I was doing something like doing hate speech. Maybe I was doing hate speech to Zuck, and that's enough reason. Yes, Zuck. That just gives me reason to fire this. Zuck. I should have given a warning, guys. Sorry, I didn't give my warning. So it's basically like blockchain for 2FA. Call 1800 Zuck you. Yes, I've been zucked. I've been zucked. I mean, you should have some zucking priorities, Twitter. When you accept 2-factor authentication using hardware or using 2FA, then obviously with 2FA using Google Authenticator or hardware, then it's confirming the identity. So what the zuck are you waiting for? Why would you suspend somebody with 4 zucking factor authentication? 4-factor authentication, and you decide you're going to suspend my account because I changed my sucking phone number with 4-factor authentication. Somebody is kind of screwed up on the cybersecurity side in there, is what I think. Somebody screwed up on the cybersecurity side. They're kind of like, they haven't thought about that. And I said, 4-factor authentication, that's pretty secure, because that means, can you validate us on all 4 factors so we know it's you? Okay, most sucking people don't even have 2-factor. I got 4 sucking factors, and you're sucking, suspending my account. Keep an eye on the sucking black SUVs. I don't know. That's just so. Anyway, I was here to teach you about 2-factor authentication and how it affected my Twitter. But I'm actually going to teach you about 2-factor authentication today. That is the point of my video. Even though the clickbait is there for the fact that they suspended my account, but they're not supposed to suspend my account since I didn't do any sucking thing. And they're going to say, "Oh, while we were investigating your account, we noticed that there are many Twitter accounts with your sucking IP address." Oh, I just see this coming. "We noticed many people with Twitter accounts using your same IP address." Zuck you! I sell a VPN. Yes, there will be many people with the same IP address because I sell the zucking VPN. Okay? I sell the zucking VPN. So yes, there may be a number of people with my IP address. So if you're going to go suspend my account because of multiple IP addresses, and I'm going to say, zuck you, mother zuckers. Learn about cybersecurity. We need to protect ourselves. This is not about Twitter. This is about protecting us. Okay? Their admin password is password. So maybe you're saying, well, we were going to restore your account, but we reviewed, and there was a lot of Twitter accounts with your zucking IP address. Yes, they're my zucking customers. Zucking customers. Okay? So if you're going to go suspend my account because we're all on the same IP address, they're my zucking customers. Zuckers. So do not zucking suspend my account. Please restore it. I am not breaking any zucking rules on zucking Twitter. Hello, Joe. Or Jelaine, whatever you want me to call you today. What do you want? What do you want me to call you today? Again, what kind of customers are they? Well, I guess we're not really the customers. You know, on Facebook, you're not the customer. You should know that. You get crazy though, and I drink. Well, I drank. So it makes me crazy. Jillian, sorry. Wait, I can't even read. I can't even read tonight. Okay, so Jillian doesn't want to be called Joe anymore, even though she told me for years to call her Joe. Okay, fine. They thought you were a bot. So anyway, this is so zucked up. So anyway, please. Most of you are following me. Most of the new people are following me on the Brax_me account. So it's not like it's a big loss. So I don't really care, but it's just zocked up. So anyway, it's all good. I love Joe. Okay. Well, you told me to call you Joe, and then you said, now why am I calling you Joe instead of Jillian? And it's like, you fucking told me years and years ago to call you Joe, and then I have. And it's like, make up your mind. They don't want you to be secure. They want the ability to control you. Yes, Alan. Yes. So this is just zocked up. So anyway, so far, I don't get too particular. Anyway, YouTube has been nice to me. I haven't had any. Hello, twin mom. I haven't found any problem. Any problem with YouTube. They've been very consistent. And no issue. One time they actually suspended me, and because I was testing going live, and they pretty much unsuspended me within the hour. So I like that. I mean, they're okay. They don't cause me any problems. They're very consistent. The rules are very clear, your progression in the social media world on Twitter, on YouTube is very consistent. On Twitter, not so much. So it's they're so hot and heavy on having to close your account. It's like, suspending my account. And how long are they supposed to suspend my account? The reason I don't know why they suspended my account. This just got suspended. According to the rules, one of the reasons for suspension is if they think somebody hacked your account, which is, I think, what their logic is. They think somebody hacked my account because I changed the phone number twice, and that's what caused them to suspend it. I changed the phone number twice because I was doing a test video. Which you should watch. It's on YouTube, and the video is about how to do 2FA without revealing your phone number. Okay, so they said, oh, somebody changed the phone number twice, so therefore we should suspend you. And it's like, zuck you. I got hardware authentication. I have 4-factor authentication. Why would you suspend somebody with 4-factor authentication? Shouldn't you just ask them to show you the other factors? There are 4 factors on there. 4. How many people have 4-factor authentication? 4. Google Authenticator, YubiKey hardware, email, and SMS. My gosh, and that's going to be cause for suspension? It's like zucked up, fix your zucking software. This is just zucked up. Zucked up. Okay, so now I'm going to be embarrassed in the world because they're going to say, well, you must have been doing something bad. 4 factors. 4 factors. Yes, I was testing the security, and they it's out of the norm, so they flagged it. Yes, so they flagged it because I changed the phone number twice. That's the flag. I changed the phone number twice. Okay? So I changed it from the original phone number to a new phone number and changed it back to the original phone number. Okay, then did you check the account to make sure there are other factors on there? They just verified 2 days ago, 3 days ago, they verified, do you still control this email? I said, yes. You shouldn't have done that. I was trying to make a video to help you, Mad in Loom. I was trying to make a video to help you. So, anyway, why did I make the video? That's what we're going to talk about. Why did I make the video? Okay. Let me just tell you the story of why I made a video. For all of you, Mad Loom, why did I make this video? The video is on YouTube under Rob Braxman Tech. Okay, why did I make the video? Because last year or so, Facebook said, well, you need to do 2-factor authentication on Facebook. And we need to get your phone number on Facebook. Otherwise, you can't log into Facebook. So Facebook forced you to do 2-factor authentication on Facebook because I guess millions of people are getting hacked on Facebook. Must be billions of people getting hacked on Facebook. And so they need to get 2-factor authentication on Facebook. But they fucking lied to you, people. They fucking lied to you. And they say, hello, Joey. Joey Brooklyn. Hello, my friend. How are you doing? Dutch Maz is here too. Hello, Dutch Maz. So what I did was say, okay, Facebook abused 2-factor authentication. They gave you the excuse that they said, well, we need to get your phone number because 2-factor authentication, somebody will hack your account, so we need to get your phone number. So you put your phone number on Telegram, you put your phone number on WhatsApp, you put your phone number on Signal, and you put your phone number on Facebook, and you put your phone number on Twitter, and you put your phone number, the same phone number on Instagram, you put your same phone number on Snapchat, and you put the same number on Periscope. And then what the zuck does that mean? When you put the same zucking phone number on all of social media. Use your brain, people. When you put your phone number in all of social media, they now have an identifier. They can now match all accounts from all social media to the same person, regardless of what name you used on any different account. Okay, so between Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp, which are all on the same platform, same owner, then they already can identify you through other means to know who you are. But now they have an exact match with the phone number and said, oh, now we know for sure that you are, in fact, Rob Braxman, and you are on Instagram and WhatsApp. And so we're going to go track you now so we can zuck you for the rest of your zucking life. Okay? So, but just to make sure that we do this right, Facebook said, now that we have your zucking phone number, we're going to do something more. We're going to say, we're going to zucking sell your phone number. So this is what they actually did. And this is in the news. They actually sold your zucking phone number that you gave them for two-factor authentication. They actually sold your zucking phone number. Because my past life, I'm only operating on 2 or 3 brain cells. Now you're on 4 brain cells. So there's the problem, guys. So Facebook abused, they want to be the privacy-focused social media. So just before they announce that they're going to be the privacy-focused social media, they said, let's zuck them one more time before we call ourselves the privacy-focused social media. Let's just zuck them one more time. So they said, we're going to zuck you right now. We're going to sell your zucking phone number. So now your name on Facebook is now attached to that phone number. They've just sold it commercially. So anyone can look up what your name is on Facebook and what your phone number is. So now if you're on Twitter, all they have to do is say, oh, what's your phone number? Oh, yeah. Found you on, that's your real name. So you may call yourself Ron Waxman on Twitter, but we found out that you're not really Ron Waxman. You're really Sonam. What's Sonam's? I know there was a bunch of numbers after Sonam. So you're really Sonam. Okay? Or Greg Lopez, G-Lo. So it's a fake identity because we know who you really are. So this is why I made a video that says, can we do two-factor authentication without a zucking phone number? That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to make a video proven by trying it in real life to see if you can make a two-factor authentication using no phone number. I'm going to tell you the steps, but it's in the video. You go watch it, okay? Go watch it. Dutch Maz is amused. Dutch Maz is amused. Okay, Dutch Maz. Yes, it's on 96th and what? 3rd Avenue? 96th Street and 3rd Avenue? Yes. Watch your video, Dutch Maz. 96th and 3rd Avenue. Okay, so anyway, what I'm trying to show you, is but they won't accept it. No, they do accept it. So that's not. I didn't have a problem with that part. So I showed you. I made a video how to do it. I'm going to explain it to you, and we can discuss it, so that you can do two-factor authentication. Because the question that you're going to raise is, do you need two-factor authentication? Is this really relevant? Or did Facebook just trick us into needing two-factor authentication so they can use it for their own purposes? Unfortunately, Facebook damaged the image of two-factor authentication because by asking for your phone number and then selling it, there's a bunch of people that are going to say, I don't want to give you my phone number now. I don't trust you, Facebook. I don't trust you, Facebook. I don't trust you. Why should I give your phone number? It's affected other apps, including mine that ask for a phone number for password recovery. Now, I can't even do that because if I do password recovery using a phone number, people will think that I'm stealing the phone numbers and selling it just like zucking Zuckbook. They basically ruined the reputation of all social media by saying, you're giving us a phone number that we expect you to hold, as a secure piece of data, and you're revealing this data to everyone, and which, you're damaging our privacy. So, because of this, I'm announcing that by this weekend, I will have completed and have two-factor authentication, or at least you can log into Brax.me, my app, without using a password. You will be able to log into Brax.me or replace your password using a software authentication. And you can use Authy or Google Authenticator. So you'll be able to do that by the end of the weekend. So certainly by Monday, you'll be able to do this. I was testing it today. And by Monday, you'll be able to log into Brax.me. If you don't give me an email, don't give me a phone number, as long as you have Google Authenticator, you're okay, and you don't have to reveal anything about you, because I will not abuse you like Zuck that takes your phone number. I didn't want to take phone number. I just wanted to recover your account. And I couldn't do it because there was no easy way to do it. So now I've put in Google Authenticator on it, and so software authentication is now going to be part of Brax.me. Starting Monday. So that's the goal. Okay. So anyway, because of the fact that Facebook abused your phone number, I was trying to find a way for you to be able to give Facebook a two-factor authentication that would pass their muster without giving your actual phone number. So that's what the video is. You need to watch that video. I'll tell you. You need to watch the video because it's step by step with detailed steps, but I'm going to explain it to you so you understand why it's very useful. Okay? So the way I did the video, and you really need to watch it because it goes to a specific set of steps, and I don't want you to mess up. So you have to watch a specific set of steps. So the end result at the video is that in the video you're going to use Google Voice as your phone number. You're going to set up a Google Voice account with a brand new email. And at the end of that, there will be no phone number attached to Google Voice, and it will be on your phone. And it will be a SMS authentication, and you will get the two-factor authentication on your phone without any problems, and there will be no phone number attached to it. That is what I'm showing you in that video. It's a very important video. Okay? It's a very important video. Now, I don't have my BlackBerry with me, but in order for me to do this, I used my old phone, my dumber phone. I guess a BlackBerry is not a super dumb phone, but it's dumber than an iPhone. And I used that, put a SIM card in it, used a phone number once, cost me $9. $9, and then that's it. Then I terminate the service, and that's the only time I have to use it, is to set up a Google Voice account. The video tells you exactly how I did that. So what I did, just to summarize it for you, is I set up a Google Voice account. Google Voice requires that you give them a phone number. It requires that you give a phone number. So I have a if I have a video on flip phones, and I showed you how you should have a flip phone. I don't have a flip phone. I have a old BlackBerry, and I showed you how to turn on your BlackBerry, even though, in a 4G world. How do you do that? I told you how to do that. There's a video for it. So I'm using my BlackBerry. I used a SIM card. I have, I buy SIM cards by the dozen. I got a dozen SIM cards. Okay, so I use one of the SIM cards. There's no cost for me to change phone number, so I just put the dozen SIM cards. I pay basically $9 a month. Say $10 with taxes. So $10 a month for the use of a phone. And for this kind of purpose. And so I used the SIM card, activated it once, and then I got rid of that SIM card. I can put a new SIM card in. I have this is not a burner phone. See, that's the thing. There's no point to a burner phone. All you need is just different SIM cards, because you're not hiding anything with burner phones anyway. Okay, so burner phones are kind of useless. There's no security with a burner phone anyway, because they can spot who you are based on who you call. So what I did was just use a phone that handles SIM cards, which I used a BlackBerry, And just, again, watch my videos on flip phones, watch my videos on 2FA, and you will really learn from this. And it's really, really simple. And at the end, you delete the phone number. Google does allow you to delete the phone number at a later time. So basically, if they have a record of the prior phone number, it's not your real phone number. So there's really nothing to connect that account to me other than an IP address, and that's solved by a VPN. What's expensive in the long run? It's not that expensive. I used it once, $10 one-time fee. I don't need to turn it on ever again. So I can turn off the phone and never use it again if I don't wish to. I don't actually use the phone number. The phone number was only used once. I never used it again. Okay, so if you look at the video and say, I'm going to call him on this phone number, well, it's not cute because, no one's going to answer the phone. So, okay, so the phone number is used only once, just to use Google, just to allow Google to accept you. And once they've done that, then that's it. I bought a phone and no card and got my free Mint 90 card. They didn't ask my name. Well, used my methodology that I discussed in the flip phone video, and the carrier that I use, which is so simple. I have a dozen. I ordered a dozen. Each SIM card is 99 cents, so I got a dozen of them for $12. So I have a dozen SIM cards that I can use for the next few months if I ever need one. And so I used one, and then I dumped that, so that's gone. So then that phone number is no longer valid. And thank you, Twin Mom. Thank you so much. I appreciate So what I'm trying to do here is say, how do we promote safety? Because unfortunately, we can't trust them with things like phone numbers. You cannot trust any social media with phone numbers. So what I did with one for each month of the year. Great goal. If I needed to use it constantly, yes, I would do one for every month of the year, different phone number. But, it depends on your use. If you're using it like I do for 2FA, I only need to use it once. So it's a $10 investment, and that's the only cost. Okay? One-time cost and no other cost. And then guaranteed safety because no one actually knows your actual phone number because I never use a real phone number. Okay? There will be nothing different with 5G. Okay, so this is the same thing. So anyway, what I did was create a two-factor authentication. So if any website, any app, any platform asks me for a phone number, I give them my Google Voice phone number for texting, which I made, and that is there. And when you use that, it goes to Google Voice, and it rings on my phone. I get the text on my phone on the Google Voice app, and I don't really have anything that connects it to a real phone number or even a real identity. So that's why it's pretty awesome. There's no real identity attached to it. Unless it's a 3-letter agency, they can say, well, who paid for it, what credit card. They can trace it that way for 3-letter agency. But that's not what we're worried about. Okay, and then you just use a VPN for everything, and then that protects you in all other cases. So this is what I did because I don't trust the social media sites that ask for a phone number. And I said, is there a way to do a phone number using Google Voice? So I had my original one. I already had one. I had a Google Voice. I already had a Google Voice account that I used for two-factor authentication. So that's already set. But for the video, I had to use a different phone number. So I made a video, which is on YouTube now. And you see the phone number I used for the video. I only did it for the video, which means I had to go through the process to show you how I did it. And I did it regional prefix. Yes, you can. If the phone number is available, you can choose a region. In my demo, I used Maryland. Sounds like how terrorists communicate. I'm not a Zakin terrorist. I just believe in privacy, Alan, privacy. Because we are abused with our privacy, and I was trying to come up with a way to make sure that we don't get abused. This is what I'm trying to do here, is to prevent abuse to our privacy by coming up with tools for you to use. I tested it for you, and then after my test, I said, well, I want to restore it back to the original way. tried to restore it back. So my test was very successful. Everything was running fine. It still works. So I have a two-factor account with a two-factor email that you saw in the video, that you will see in the video, and and it that works fine. There's no problem with that. But when I restored it back to my original two-factor, which was my original email, Twitter said "Zuck you" and suspended my account. Okay, so they suspended my account from the changing the phone number twice. It has nothing to do with the thing. I changed it from one Google Voice to another Google Voice. They're both Google Voice. The original one was Google Voice. I've had it for a while. And I changed it to Google Voice again, a different one, and then brought it back to the original Google Voice. And they said, somebody, I'm pretty certain I am not a terrorist. Did you say Proton Mail? Proton Mail doesn't save you from anything. I don't know. I do not use Proton Mail. I don't know what Proton Mail is supposed to do for you. So anyway, I want to express to you that yes, if you follow the steps that I put on the video and you do not have to get a phone number, you can use your normal phone number if you are not that, picky, because you can always delete the phone number later on. So the phone number is there just for the setup. Once you've set it up, you can delete the phone number that you use. You're not obligated to get a flip phone or anything like that, like I did. You don't have to do that. I just went all the way to make sure that I was completely secure. For the average person, that may be overkill. You probably don't need to do that. You can put your normal phone number in and just delete it later, and that'll be fine. And you can use then a Google Voice for your two-factor, and you do not need to use your real phone number. Again, do not put your real phone number as a permanent thing in your social media accounts. So an eBay seller prints a buyer's phone number on the shipping label. Google Voice is preferred. That certainly I would. So Google Voice sends a message on your phone. If you have a Google app on your phone, then you can see the exact same messages. So I don't need an actual phone number. I don't need anything. I mean, it's, you can see a notification. Make sure your notifications are turned on Google Voice, and you can see your Google Voice messages. There's really no need to forward the calls elsewhere. I don't need to forward it. It just shows up on my phone as Google Voice, and Google Voice is fine. Now, some of you will say, and some of you are very anti-Google, as I was. And I'm going to thank you, Mad Cow, and I'm going to tell you just some truths about my Google experience with this whole thing, including on YouTube. I'm very, Zoogle was a very, very dangerous player in my mind originally. Zoogle had a very, to me, it was a very, very dangerous player. And I'm going to tell you that Zoogle has done a good job of changing the way they operate so to make sure that they do not require a lot of the information that, okay, guys, I have to interrupt. I got to use the bathroom. Can you hold on for 1 minute? I got to use the bathroom. 1 minute, because, I had adult beverages. So is it going to be weird to disappear for 1 minute? Okay, 1 minute. I'll be right back. Okay. Okay, 1 minute. Okay. Hope hope it wasn't too long. Okay. Hope it wasn't too long. How long did I take? How long did I take? Did I take? Hello, Kate. Okay. So anyway, so I didn't want to interrupt you later. Good thing to get that out of the way. So you were fast. So 1 minute. Can 5G signals be used for mind control? I don't know, mad cow. 5 minutes. So anyway, back. I'm gonna have to delete this from the YouTube video. I'm gonna have to cut that portion. You good? Everyone went to get refilled. Bring a fruit jar next time. Yeah. So anyway, we won't look. Google Voices asked me to re-verify my phone number. Again, Eagle Source, watch my video because I have a very specific set of steps, which in my case included giving a different phone number, which a real phone number, which I used temporarily, and then after I've established the account, I deleted the phone number. I deleted the phone number after the account is set up, which you can. Okay, so when you delete the phone number, the authentication is done by email. Then it's an email account, and you can use hardware authentication later on without having to use a phone number. So if you want to use two-factor on it at some point because it's so important to you, it's not important in my case, but if it were, you could use hardware authentication like this YubiKey that I have. So in a nutshell, my 2FA got my account suspended. No, in a nutshell, 2FA, well, it's Kelp. Never mind, Kelp, it's just you. So anyway, yes, I have 4FA. So what I'm complaining about, and I left, a couple of days, 3 days here since, Twitter suspended my account. And after 3 days, I'm going to say, surely that's enough time for you to figure out 4FA. My account had 4FA. McFanny, that's why the video, I see, this is the thing, guys. The way I spent a lot of time in these videos, if you think these videos are easy to make, they're not, because aside from the production value, of having to edit it and make, come up with actual video, I tried to make it a good quality, and I actually tested myself. And I tested to make sure that I've handled all the loopholes so that you're pretty much educated on what to expect by showing you the actual screens, and so you see exactly what's going on. Yes, Kelp, follow me on Twitter, Brax_me. Follow me on my BraxMe on Twitter. Okay, I know you won't join BraxMe, but you've been really sick. Oh, poor McFanny. Sorry to hear that, Jan. Sorry to hear that. Jan, you've been like such a long-time regular follower. I really, really appreciate the fact that you're like such a great supporter over all these years. Follow Twitter, Brax_me, and that's my office account. I didn't usually use it. Somebody else used to manage that. And for the moment, I'm managing it again. Don't laugh, I don't Twitter. How did you ducking go to Periscope? You used your ducking phone number. You made the same mistake I did. Okay, so not smart of you, not smart of me. So this account is not attached to Twitter. The current account you're using right now, Rob Music, is a phone number account. It's not attached to Twitter. So this is independent of my Twitter activity. So in order for them to suspend this, they'd have to suspend this from something I actually do against the Periscope terms of service, which isn't going to happen. So we're okay with this account. This account is not going to ever get suspended, okay? So where are the open bobs? Zoc, yeah, where are the open bobs? I mean, if you're going to get suspended, might as well have open bobs. You're going to start a new Twitter account. You're already following my Twitter account, John. It's called Brax_me, and I already have another Twitter account called Rob Braxman. So if you want to follow that as well, there's a Rob Braxman account already. That already exists. Okay, hello, Feet Piece. New name LLC. Now you're an LLC, and you have to advertise that. Thank you. Have staph. Oh, so Jan has staph infection. So anyway, so what I found out is that yes, Feet Piece, and yes, everyone else, you can do two-factor authentication using Google Voice, but you need to follow certain steps. You need to follow certain steps, and it's there's a lot of steps to do it, and it's a very specific amount of steps. And if you don't know what to expect, you could be revealing some information. So in the video, I told you exactly what it asked me. In the video, I actually established a brand new Gmail account, and I showed you that I did not put any identifiers on the Gmail account. I did not put any identifiers on the Google Voice. It worked just fine. If you watch the video on YouTube, you will actually learn how to do this, and all of you should set one up. So for those of you who follow me, set up a Google Voice for two-factor authentication, and you will just be thankful that you said, well, it's kind of nice to I have this. So when you join some other social media, you have a way to do two-factor, because they will always ask you for a phone number, and you have an option. I'm giving you the option for how to do it without ever revealing your phone number. And you only need to set this up once, and you can use it forever and ever. Okay? There's no need to ever change this. This works. It will work, for the foreseeable future in any social media that asks for a phone number. It works just fine. And if you want some other people to text you, and in general, I don't like giving my phone numbers to people. Let's say somebody wants to talk to me on Periscope. I may give them a Skype number, or I may give them a Google Voice number. I would never think of giving them a real phone number, because somebody might Google that, and then there may be something on the internet that matches which there will be, matches your phone number, your normal phone number, if you've had it a long time, to your real name and your real identity on the internet. So I don't give out my phone number. I never have. My phone number has been the same phone number for, a long time, 20 plus years that I've been using this phone number. So I don't want to have to change it. And likely, if you search the internet for this phone number, that it will identify me in some other way. So I don't want to do that. So that's why I said I don't really want a phone number to be used for any identity in social media. So I've been reluctant. Will you be offering a 2FA service? So I don't need to offer a 2FA service, but Brax.me, I'm announcing this right now, Brax.me will accept using Google Authenticator or Authy or whatever you want to use for one-time password, timed one-time password starting Monday or sooner. Okay, so I'm working on it right now. I'm testing it right now. It's working, and there's just some cleanup I got to do, and some testing, and I will no longer need a phone number on Brax.me or an email if you have two-factor a second factor using Google Authenticator. In fact, the way I've done it is it could replace your password. You don't actually need a password if you have two-factor. Well, you need a password for the first time you come in, but as I found out, 90% of the people on Brax, the reason they don't come back to Brax is they forgot their password. That is 90% of the reason they don't come back to Brax. They forgot their password. So I'm saying, well, you don't need to worry about that, because you can log in directly with Authy or Google Authenticator, and you will be just fine. So you just put the 6 digits from Authy or Google Authenticator, and you can get in. And you do not need a recovery code. No, it will accept the password as the password. Okay, because I'm not talking about two-factor authentication. The way I'm doing it on Brax is not two-factor, it's one-factor using the one-time password. Okay, so that's what I'm offering you on Brax, so people can easily get in, and once you're logged in, you're in. Okay, yes, Savvy to Brax always forgets my passwords. Yes, it's Savvy, Brax forgets your passwords, or you forget your password. Don't blame Brax for that. Okay, don't blame Brax for that. Okay, I never forget my password. It always works. But Savvy, uppercase, lowercase, and all that. It's just too many little issues. So you're forgetting them. I'm not. The app is not forgetting them, but it's keeping people from coming back just from lack of any way to get back in. So yes, Great Gold is there daily on Brax, and he doesn't lose his phone number. His password. So I will offer that instead of you still can use your password, but if you forget your password, you can use Authy or Google Authenticator. Now I'm gonna just tell you something about software authentication. This is kind of helpful information for those of you who don't know this. Many apps give you options for how do you want to do two-factor authentication or three-factor or four-factor, as I did on Twitter, and I still get suspended even at four-factor. I mean, seriously, if you got four factors, you should be they should be smart enough to say, oh yeah, okay, this is not an issue. We'll restore your account completely because you have zucking four factors. No one's going to hack my account with four-factor authentication. Okay? No one's going to hack my account with four-factor zucking authentication because there's no possibility of a thief having all my four factors at once. It's not possible. Okay, it's beyond, the possibility is so minute, it's not in the realm of reality. And yet, after four zucking factors, they say, well, we'll check your email, and if you still control your email, we'll restore your account. It's like, email, I got four zucking factors. Why do you need even zucking email? I got hardware authentication. Did somebody steal it from me? I'm showing you right there. It's not stolen. I have hardware authentication right here. Hasn't been stolen. This is the one. I can log into Twitter with this. Okay. So what do you think they did that for? It's automated. So their little program is zucked up. They automatically they're overcautious and they suspend. I mean, it's kind of a strong word to suspend my account for using two-factor authentication. Suspend. I mean, are you, why would you suspend? Why don't you just go through a process of re-verification? Why would you suspend an account for changing phone numbers? Because I changed it twice. I changed it to a new number and then I changed it back. They should have detected, oh, it's the original phone number that you brought it back to. So it wasn't that I changed it twice to two different phone numbers. I restored it to the original phone number. Cut to the chase. Was it about your views on FaceSpace? Zuck Kelp. Go watch the replay. Okay, so anyway, so I don't know what the story is, McFanny, Chan. I suspend. Maybe they're gonna say, because I said, please restore my account. I got hardware 2FA, and their response is, we usually suspend accounts. This is the response I posted on Brax. We usually suspend accounts for violations of the terms of service. What the zuck terms of service did I zucking violate? I don't even swear on my scope. Okay, I don't show open bobs. I don't do hate zucking speech unless it's related to zuck. So what the zuck are you suspending my account for? So the actual event happened because I changed. It immediately got suspended when I changed my phone number twice. So I changed my phone number twice, and that's a violation of the terms of service. So the logic that I guess is it's in there. It says if we think that somebody stole your account, then we will suspend it and then review it to make sure that nobody stole your account. Okay, but I'm telling you, I got 4-factor authentication. 4-factor authentication. How long does it take to guarantee it's me from 4 sucking factors? 4 factors. If you say, well, we're not sure about your phone number. Well, Zuck, I got the email, I got the hardware, I got the Google Authenticator. Why did you ask me to validate all of them and then you say, okay. So, I'm just going to assume it's just, they didn't really think about it. It's bad planning on some programmer's part. I'm going to assume that's what it is. So we're not going to get too concerned about it. Why are you so zucking angry? Should have taken exactly McFanny. All they had to do was say, okay, we are suspicious of what's happening here. Can you verify with your other factors? And then this whole thing would be gone. Instead, stop crying, Rob. They closed my job. Smith Blab account. What is a Smith Blab account, Tony? What is a Smith Blab account? I thought Blab was long gone. It's called getting a check and not giving a crap. Yeah, so I figure it's just bad programming, but that's not the point. We're not really concerned about the, to be honest with you, Twitter. I got another Twitter account, and most of you are there anyway. So thank you, NHC. The point is, in spite of the title, the point of this is really to teach you. Thank you, NHC. Thank you so much. The point of this is to teach you how to do 2-factor authentication. And regardless of what happened to me in my Twitter account, it works. You can do 2-factor authentication with Google Voice and without ever showing my real phone number. The Rob Braxman Tech account, which is my main account, I renamed it to Rob Braxman Tech. Okay, so hockey rules. You're already following my BraxMe account. That's still active. So please, 2-factor authentication is powerful to protect your account. NHC, I have 4-factor authentication on Twitter, and they think somebody still hacked it, and so they suspended it. I have 4-factor authentication. I have hardware authentication using YubiKey. I have Google Authenticator. I have phone number authentication, SMS. I got email verification. 4 sucking factors, and they still suspended the account. Okay, so yes, how is it possible? Exactly the question. So obviously somebody zucked up in the programming. So I think it's a zucked up programming. Sounds like a conspiracy. Oh, they talked about hacking passwords, so that's a conspiracy. We better indict him like Assange and take him to Zuck in jail. Would you work for Twitter? Would you work for Twitter? Did anyone offer me a job at Twitter? No, so let's not talk about that. I don't think Twitter can pay me enough money. Okay, so anyway, yeah, my level of experience is beyond what Twitter would ever. Who cared, Rob? You should buy Nissan shares. They dropped $8 a share. Do I have money to be doing that, Tony? I just told you at the beginning of my scope that I'm not making any money doing this. Simon Pickup, what's up, buddy? Surely you'd prefer they don't keep a history of phone numbers to check for dupes. Simon, okay, but I do have 4 factors. They don't have to keep a history of phone numbers. When somebody says you have 4 factors, certainly you can verify against 2 of those 4 factors. And that should be enough, right? What is the possibility of stealing four two factors? They're they're complaining about one two factor, and yet they know that I have four factors on it. Okay? Actually, there's five. That's five factor because your main factor, which is password, plus four more, five factor authentication. Five factor authentication. They don't know what to do with someone at your level of knowledge. Yes, yes, Jan. Soon I will buy Old Castle and will be the medieval web. So anyway, so that's what that's so anyway. Just to prove to you that I successfully did two-factor authentication using SMS without revealing my phone number. That's in the video, and I'm also telling you that BraxMe will have Google Authenticator optional as your login, not as two-factor, but your one-factor. So if you have a one-factor, that'll be enough to log you in. So if you ever lose your account, you can come in. You forget your password, use the two-factor numbers, and you will be able to get in to BraxMe. Okay, so just so you know that. Okay, so I bet a human hasn't even been involved. An algorithm detected the suspicious activity and has gone up to top the queue for human review. Not correct, Simon, because a human talked to me. A human responded to me by email and exactly in the same day that it happened, and asked me to verify my email. And 2 days later, it hasn't arrived at the top of the queue. Okay, so yes, obviously it's just being slowpokes, but there's a bit of a logic problem in their algorithm, since obviously if I have five sucking factors, okay, then you should know that it's not being hacked. You allowed five factors in your Zucking app. If you allowed five-factor authentication, then what the Zuck are we suspending it for somebody? Meaning there's a logic problem with Twitter. They're suspending you for one of the factors when there's five Zucking factors. Five. Okay, only suspicious people have five factors. I'm being very cautious. I have five factors. Yes, Mr. Russian. Yes, the Russian Simon here is telling me about that. So anyway, so watch that video on YouTube, and you can see that I have 3 Google numbers. So Rusky. So my point is, do not reveal your real phone numbers, and I certainly did not reveal my real phone numbers to Twitter. And since they apparently don't have a history of phone numbers, that's even better. They can handle programming for someone who actually has five. They can't handle programming for five-factor. How's that bottle of water? All in different states. That's good, Sir Cal. So in my video, my phone number was in Maryland. So in the video, it's Maryland. I'm going to need water now. Thank you for reminding me. Too much adult beverages. Okay, so no, that's not my new account. That's one of my other accounts. That is my account too, Hockey Rules, but it's inactive. BraxMe is my other account, which most of you, including you, Tony, are following already. So you're already following. So please subscribe to or follow my other Twitter account, BraxMe. So if you see that, that's me. So don't say, who the fuck is this BraxMe? I don't know who that is. That's me. So just follow that. I'm not going to go change the name of that because my old account will likely get restored. It's only been suspended. It's not banned. So it should be back in action. Just taking a little bit long. They said they will take days. It's been 3 days. I don't know how long it takes to verify that you're not a Zucking bot. Okay? 3 days, and it's still not done. So I withheld making any comment, till now. 3 days I gave them. I need to buy hate, make it MAGA Brax me Zucker. Zuck, Sir Cal. How do you like the Avenatti news, Sir Cal? You must love the Avenatti news, being a big fan of Stormy. So you must love that, Stormy's the Avenatti thing. So anyway, they're out to lunch 3 days. Maybe they're I think Jan. I think what's happening is they suspend so many accounts. They probably suspend so many accounts that those people are so overwhelmed. The employees at Twitter are like spending all of their time handling suspended accounts. He beat another girlfriend up. 3 days, you could do a puzzle in that time. Yeah, so anyway, I thought I did a good job making this video. It put my own accounts at risk, and I hope you get the benefit of it, because I proved to you that you can do it. And then because of this event too, I'm announcing that Braxme itself will have support for Google Authenticator in a few days. Now, let me just tell you something else, something that you may not know. So I'm going to make it clear. And thank you, Simon, for making us know this. And I verified this to be true. Okay. When you get asked at an app, including Twitter, and they say, we accept software authentication, and they tell you that we'll accept software authentication using Google Authenticator. Okay. So they actually say we need to accept software authentication using Google Authenticator. Well, if you've used Google Authenticator, it's kind of a crappy app. It's, the interface is kind of, it's a little bit better than it was, but it's still pretty crappy. So some of you want to use some other ones that you've seen, and you say, well, I kind of like using Authy. Authy is another app, and there's some other ones out there. When Bytes is free, I'll bite. Don't bite. It doesn't benefit me when Bytes is free. Then why would I give it to you for free? It doesn't benefit me. I'll give you get all the benefit, and I don't even get reimbursed for cost. Doesn't make sense. Anyway, so for those of you who ever see, you go to a website. An example, you go to Binance. If you go to the Binance website, for some of you trading Bitcoin, now that Bitcoin is starting to move, so you go to Binance, and they said we need two-factor authentication, and they require you to use Google Authenticator. And I've often said, I don't like to use Google Authenticator because it's kind of crappy. Can I use Authy? The answer, folks, is yes. When anywhere you see a reference to Google Authenticator or Authy, they're actually the same. There's actually other ones that are the same. They use the same algorithm. It's called TOTP. It's time-based one-time password. Time-based one-time password. So TOTP. Okay? So if they're using the same rule for TOTP, the actual algorithm is exactly the same for all of them. So if you're using software authentication, any software, you can use Authy, you can use Google Authenticator, you can use any of those, and there's some other ones. I think Amazon has one too, and Microsoft may have one. So all of this are always good substitutes. They can all work. I'll verify if you want to tell me if they use TOTP the exact same way. We can go test it. But definitely, I tested Authy and Google Authenticator, and they both use the exact same protocol. And so on Brax, you can use both Authy or Google Authenticator. They're interchangeable. Okay, now, so here's the difference between Google Authenticator and Authy, which again, Simon Pickup was very nice to to tell us. Okay, so the difference between Google Authenticator and Authy, again, thank you, Simon, is that Google Authenticator only works on one device, meaning if you put the QR code onto, or the secret onto your Google Authenticator, if you ever lose that device, then you've lost the authentication. So you need to turn off or reset the authentication before you lose the device. So given that to be an issue, then let me just tell you this. The other possibility is to use Authy, because Authy actually offers you whatever authentication you've done on one app will show up on all of your devices, and it includes Windows, I believe Mac too, and Android and iOS. If you have other phones and other devices that use Authy, you can actually share your password between all of those devices. That could be a good thing or a bad thing, and it's up to you. You can actually lock up Authy with a password before you use Authy. So that could be a good thing or a bad thing. You need to decide for your own if that's going to be a good thing. If you want the password to be on only one device, because you basically, if you put Google Authenticator on your device, I'll give you an example. If you use Google Authenticator to log into Brax, anyone on the device can log into Brax then, because they don't need a password. On Brax, all you have to do is use Google Authenticator, type in your Google Authenticator, and you're into Brax. And, as long as they know that, then nobody needs a password on Brax on that device. Yes, I was suspended from Twitter. Go Rice Girl. Yes. So, Go Rice Girl, please follow my BraxMe account on Twitter. While, that's kind of a backup. Please follow my BraxMe account. I followed you already on it. So if you check it, you will see I already followed you, and then you can just follow me back. What was the reasoning? It has to do with two-factor authentication. So, so to repeat for those who just came in, can I get a hat for free? Like Kelp wants everything for fucking free. You don't want to support me. So what happened was I did a video on two-factor authentication, and I showed how you can use a Google Voice number without ever using a real phone number, your normal phone number on it to activate the Google Voice. And I showed you how to do that, and it worked. But then when I restored my old number back, Twitter said suspended. So because I had to do the video, I showed you my Google, for 10 seconds of the video, I got suspended. So in the video, I showed that I used the new phone number on Twitter that I used for two-factor authentication that I just made. Worked fine. And then when I restored the old phone number back, they said suspended. So, and just so you know, Joanne, that my Twitter account has 5-factor authentication. 5-factor authentication. And they still suspended the account. I have hardware authentication right here with a YubiKey key. This is the one. Okay, I have hardware authentication. I have Google Authenticator. I have email authentication, and then the SMS. So I changed the SMS, but I have 4 other factors, and they still said we're going to suspend it. And then 3 days later, they haven't updated it, and they gave me an email saying, well, we usually suspend for violations of the terms of service. So like, what the fuck did I do? Wasn't even doing anything. Okay? The only thing I'm doing is not using a real phone number. So I don't know. It's 3 days and it's just no action. It's getting frustrating. So just saying. Your temp Google Voice number has probably been suspended too for everyone trying to hack it. No, How do you hack it? You have to hack the password. There should officially, Go Rice Girl, there's no violation. It's just a fear that somebody hacked my account. In my, based on what happened, officially there's no violation. It's just they think somebody hacked my account. And so that's the reason for them. It's an automated process. But, since I have 5 sucking factor authentication, you would think that get resolved in a matter of minutes. It said they didn't give me any option. There's no option to recover it other than to go and say, you suspended my account, please unsuspend it. I don't know what the time period is for the suspension. So it's like sucked up, especially for doing nothing wrong here. So suspended, Sir Calby, or Stormy suspends you for any number of things. So anyway, it's just it's flabbergasting that I have to go through this, but that's okay. It's clickbait. Nothing wrong. Yes, nothing wrong. It's kind of like you getting suspended for saying Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo is coming again. Go Rice Girl. It's time for you to get suspended again. Time for you to get suspended again on Facebook. Cinco de Mayo time. You're only days away from Cinco de Mayo time. You start posting that on the internet. Suspend is usually 48 hours. What the zuck? Where did you get that? We forget. Okay, so yes, I will survive. That's not really an issue. I'm just using it for clickbait. I don't remember ever giving Twitter my phone number. They don't require it. Facebook requires it. Cinco de Mayo time, yes. They're going to ban you. I can just say Go Rice Girl will be banned on Periscope for saying Cinco de Mayo. That's what they told you? What the zuck we forget? They don't tell you anything. Where did they tell you that it's 24 hours? It's been 3 zucking days. Zuck by Twitter, yes. So I have another account. So, we Fucan will never follow me, but the rest of you can follow me in my other account, which is BraxMe, and I don't see anyone following me on YouTube. If you, after making this fantastic video for you, I would have expected that I'd get some followers. Easy to believe in everything. I would expect that some of you would have thought, that's a good video to learn about. I better subscribe to this guy on YouTube. And yet none of you have chosen to subscribe to my YouTube account. So please, I made this for you. I made this video for you. It cost my account to be suspended. You should watch it. Any further updates on your YubiKey experiences? So, yes, I'm using YubiKey. And to be honest with you, I'm using it for very limited purposes. And I subscribe. Yes, Go Rice Girl, you subscribed at the beginning. Tell me the subject. What is the subject? The subject is that teaching you about 2-factor authentication without revealing your phone number, and I made a successful video about that on YouTube. So if you're on YouTube, you'll find out how you do 2-factor authentication. When Facebook asks you for your phone number, think about that and say, how do I do that without giving my phone number? I made a video about that, and it's on YouTube. So that's why I said subscribe to my YouTube. But when I restored my original phone number back on Twitter, Twitter thought I was a hacker, and Twitter suspended my Twitter account. So from the video that I did on 2-factor authentication, I now have a resulting suspended Twitter account. So I hope it's worth it. So, I just explained. I changed the phone number back. So for the demo that is in the video, I changed the phone number to show you how you can use a non-real phone number as your phone number that you give to an app like Twitter or Facebook, so that you don't have to reveal your phone number. And in the process, when I went back to normal, the name is BraxMe, Brax_me. Come on, Go Rice Girl. Just go to your Twitter. I followed you. Just follow it back. Just follow it back. They thanked him by suspending it. Kind of funny. Sorry, I'm new to you. Oh, yes, white woman. So anyway, well, please subscribe to my account or follow me here on Periscope. So, yes, I teach you about how to protect yourself. The whole point of the video, Wild Woman, that what I did on YouTube, is to prevent us from having to give a phone number to an app. When an app says, like Facebook, they said, you have to give your phone number or we'll never let you back. What is not suspended? Brax.me is not suspended, no. When you go to Facebook and they said, give us your phone number or you're not going to be able to log into your account, they force you to give your real phone number. And I'm saying there's an option. You do not have to give your real phone number to any social media site if you follow the thing in that video on YouTube that I made. Okay, so you set up this procedure one time and then you're all set and you're good to go. There's no phone number attached to it. So then your privacy is protected. I'm the privacy guy. That's what I do videos about. And then you don't have to worry about giving your phone number to any of these sites because you will get a alert on your phone using Google Voice. Which Twitter handle suspended? Rob Braxman Tech. Rob Braxman Tech was suspended. Rob Braxman Tech was suspended. Rob Braxman is still around. Rob Braxman Tech is the one with 6,800 followers. That's the one that's suspended. Okay? Then I have a small account that's Rob Braxman that has a few followers. And then there's Brax.me with 700 some followers. So please make sure, I want to make sure that the Brax.me account is a good backup. I expect my original account to come back, but make sure you follow the Brax.me account so we always have a backup, because this may not be the last time this is going to happen. This may not be the last time. Okay, Jill, make sure you follow my my alternate Twitter account, Brax.me. Jill, make sure you follow my alternate Twitter account. Let me tell you something else. I probably won't be back for a while. Twitter is celebrating Palm Sunday, I'm sure. Probably won't be back for a while. I'm here to follow the Periscope comments. You won't get it back teaching people workarounds. Yes, then you should follow my alternate account, WeFuCam, but you're going to say, I'm not going to go follow your Twitter account. Okay, so are you going to DEF CON the year? Anyway, I forgot what I was saying. Anyway, the point is that two-factor authentication is still pretty important, but we do not need to succumb to giving out our phone number. And the reason that giving out a phone number is not a good thing is because if you give them your real phone number, they will match that with other social media, because Facebook already sold your phone number with your account name on Facebook. And so now they can follow you around the internet just from your phone number, based on the fact that most social media sites are asking for a phone number, including supposedly secret encrypted sites like WhatsApp, Twitter, Signal, Wicker, Telegram. So this is why it's locked up. Brax.me does not use a phone number as an identifier. So if you want a better secure site that doesn't ask for that, Brax.me is better. Can't they just follow our Google Voice number? It doesn't matter that they follow the Google Voice number, because the Google Voice number, in my case, is attached to a Gmail account that doesn't have any identity. Watch that video, Go Rice Girl. The example I made a brand new Gmail account I showed you. I made a brand new Gmail account. The Gmail account it's just called Brack Social 2FA. It doesn't reveal who I am. It's just Brack Social 2FA is the name of the account. And that's what I use for two-factor authentication, which triggers a message on my phone from the Google Voice app on my phone. And so Facebook has no way to then find out, well, who is that phone number? Well, they'll see it's Google Voice, and they can't look up Google Voice phone numbers, and they're just going to get stuck in there. Google itself will not have much information because I deleted any connection to, and I did not use a real phone number with Google. I used a kind of a burner phone solution to set it up. Okay, I only give out my Google Voice. Yes, but what I'm saying, Go Rice Girl, is the way I did that is even Google doesn't have my actual phone number in this example because I actually used a burner phone. And then the other thing that I did, Google, Go Rice Girl, Joanne, is I deleted the connection to the, at the end of the process, I deleted the connection to the burner phone. So at the end, the Google Voice is standalone. It's not connected to any phone at all. Well, you need to go, you look at my video on flip phones because it's so useful to have a flip phone. It really is. But aren't they tracking you by location services? Who are? I have a VPN and I don't, I'm following those procedures for browser isolation and so on. So I'm on a VPN as well. So no. By the way, I've been extra careful with my location and tracking, and I actually went to the Skyhook database. Skyhook is the database that can do what is called the precise location, and that's the one that's often sold to find your location commercially. So if Twitter wants to know exactly where you are, they're going to use a company like Skyhook. Skyhook is the software used on your iPhone for Find My Phone. So I'm trying to tell you right now that Skyhook couldn't find my actual location, which I am so happy about. I don't know if that's fake or not, but at the moment when I checked their database, they couldn't find my actual location. So I am very, very happy that that worked. Google knows my location, yes. Apple knows your location. When are you sailing again? May 1, I think. Or is that Labor Day? What? I don't know. I don't know if I can sail on May 1, but that's what I put on the schedule, May 1. So that'll be on Periscope only. So anyway, that's that. So I spent a lot of time making this 2FA video, which I think is very useful. I wanted to prove it myself that can be done without any concerns. I proved that. Labor Day is September. So what is May 1? Well, that's not Memorial Day. So what is May 1? Nothing. Sailing Wednesdays. Yes. So anyway, May Day. So it's in May Day, like, the day for communist countries to go parade their weapons. Isn't that like Soviet Union? Soviet Union paraded their weapons on May Day. May 1? That's what I recall. Soviet Union hasn't been around for a while, but Kelp says we don't need to know about the Soviet Union. That's too long ago. That's old news. So to Kelp, that's not important to know. Dance around a pole. Okay, so hopefully that this is very helpful information. North Korea parades the cardboard tanks. They're actually just trucks. Using me as a red herring is rather Soviet too. Kelp, you yourself repeated it yesterday. Come on, why do you say it if you don't mean it? May Day is a public holiday, usually celebrated on May 1. It's an ancient Northern Hemisphere spring festival in a traditional spring holiday in many cultures. Dances, singing, and cake, and tanks and weapons. trucks with cardboard cutouts. With so those big guns on the front are actually it said it bit different than that. Looking forward to May Day in Red Square. Simon Pickup. Yes, enjoy your day in Russia. Why did exactly did Twitter do that? Because they have. My guess is that they really didn't think it through. They really didn't think it through. When somebody has five-factor authentication like I do, it should really be beyond question already that I do not have a problem with the account. But maybe they said this is the time to review your account. Maybe we'll suspend you for some other reason. So maybe the delay is not because they have a backlog. Maybe the delay is because they're suspending me. Said, oh, now that we check your account, we notice many people have the same IP address or some such logic, which they do. Many people have the same IP address because I sell a fucking VPN. So a lot of us have the same IP address. Okay, so that's not really that unusual. So we'll see what they say. I don't know. It's just zucked up to me. Zucked up. So are you going to talk to them? I already did. I responded. They responded back saying, we usually suspend for violations of the terms of service. That's what they responded to me. It's like, what terms of service did I violate? The delay is that they have to check all these. What exactly terms of service did I do? Open Bob's? Did I did hate speech? I guess I do hate speech to Kelp, but do I do hate speech to anybody else? Zuck, I guess I do hate speech to Zuck. I don't wish him any kind of. I don't wish him any kind of safety thing. I just don't like Facebook, and say, are they gonna go ban me because I use a gun? Is that it? Well, we noticed that we were just checking your broadcast and you're using a fucking gun. So it's like, Zuck you. So Go Rice had to come back when Go Rice Girl heard the gun. Go Rice Girl had to come back. You have the right to have a gun. Well, say, we are a liberal institution here on Twitter, and we don't believe in guns. Freeze, mother zucker! Bullet to the head. So I get when I'm scoping all these holes against the wall over there. Everybody's deafened by all the loud gunshots in this house. We had to go and change our underpants. The gun is not a form of fruit. What the fuck? Anyway, so hopefully you'll make my video worth it, by watching it. Not many of you have watched it yet. Have you been on Sam Tripoli's podcast? I don't know who Sam Tripoli is. Hope they reinstate your account, friend. Yes, Cooliello, sorry. Gun-free zone here. I'm from London. Most Ranks! Hello, my good friend. Most Ranks is up so zucking early on a Saturday morning. What the zuck, Most Ranks? How's the taxi business, Most Ranks? You're not being overrun by Uber? You're not being overrun by Uber, Most Ranks? So please check out the video on 2FA, and hopefully you benefit from that. And hopefully I don't lose followers from being zucked up by Twitter. But since I watched it in the YubiKey one, so thank you, Simon. So I appreciate of you. In the meantime, follow my BraxMe account on Twitter so that we have protection in case. Coachella is run by Uber? Really? Wow. Did they get to Palm Springs through Coachella? Is that what happened? Why don't you sell a YubiKey replacement? Why don't you sell a YubiKey replacement? You mean an alternate product YubiKey? I'm just one guy. I can't market. The problem is marketing. I don't have the resources for marketing. So, just use my VPN. That's all you need to do. By the way, why is my VPN better? Because my VPN, by the way, I just want to make this clear. Why is my VPN competitive out there? You should really know this. VPNs are actually, to be honest with you, and I'm going to be frank here, all VPNs are the same. All VPNs use the same zucking software. We all use OpenVPN. There's actually no difference between the VPN software for PIA, for NordVPN, for ExpressVPN, and so on, to Bytes VPN. We all use the same exact thing. All the specs are the same. The decision to log or not to log is done individually on each individual server. There's actually no reason for that. Okay, now, if you use static password, how do you have a backup? Copy the zucking password and write it down. I mean, why do you, that's it. Write it down. I mean, you can write down a password, right? It's 32 characters, Simon. Write down the password and store it on a piece of paper. So you got it. Okay, anyway, Bytes VPN works the same way as all VPNs. So you're saying, well, if you're all the same, then what's the difference? So now you say, okay, if all the VPNs are the same, what's the difference? Well, there are differences, and let me just explain to you what the differences are. Okay, Bytes VPN is not made to be super well known like, let's say, PIA or ExpressVPN and so on. And what happened, and you can see this in some of the websites like Amazon, they actually track all the VPNs based on the number of people that use the same IP address. They actually have a database, and they actually discuss it in the Amazon website, how they actually track how many people are on the same IP address, and then that's used to flag a VPN. Somebody like ExpressVPN would probably have, I'm going to guess, 1 million users or something. And what happens when you have 1 million users? If you have 1 million users, then what's going to happen is all of them, there will be thousands and thousands on one IP address. It'll be so identifiable because they will be registered with so many people on the same IP address. This is why when you use some of those VPNs like PIA and ExpressVPN, NordVPN, IPVanish, Hide My Ass, all these VPNs, you get a lot of captcha codes. And the reason is they're registered as a VPN IP address because you've been spotted. Okay? So what happens is they just slow you down. Everywhere you go, they're going to pop up a captcha code because they said, you're on ExpressVPN. I gotcha. So we're going to go stop you because you want to use Netflix illegally, and so we don't want you to do that. So we're going to stop you. So they give you a captcha code. Well, that's problem number one. Problem number two is they said, okay, there's a lot of hackers using these VPNs, so we're going to block IP addresses. We're going to block email. So, when I was using PIA, for example, they blocked my email. Well, if I can't use email on a VPN, what's the purpose of the VPN? The email is the number one thing I want to protect. So I can't turn off the email just because I'm using PIA, because the email has your IP address in there. So that is so zucked up. So that's why I said I'm fed up with this. I made my own VPN. So Bytes VPN is a bit different because not only did I price it pretty much the same price as the regular VPNs, I offered it with two products. One of the unique things about Bytes VPN, it is the only VPN with a Tor routing option. So one of the options on there is to use Tor routing. When you use Tor routing, your traffic will go to any one of it will use any one of the 6,000 servers used on the Tor network, and you're going to come out of random places every fucking minute. So you will be so invisible using the Tor routing option. That is not an option provided by any fucking VPN, and certainly none of the big ones. So for the same price, you're getting twice the benefit. So Zoc, this is a much better choice for you, and I'm giving it to you for the same price as you would pay for some of the other VPNs, and you're getting two products. In addition to that, in addition to, well, if you double your VPN, you're going to have double the captcha code. So good luck with that. And double the banning of your email. So it doesn't help you whatsoever. If you're going to double it, then use Tor. Use the Tor option. Okay, doubling a VPN doesn't do anything when you can use Tor. Tor doesn't need to be doubled. It's really impossible to detect it. Okay, so the advantage of Bytes VPN is that not only do you not have to worry about all of that, the servers are so low utilization that you don't have much traffic on the VPN server. It doesn't slow you down whatsoever. Okay, it doesn't slow you down whatsoever. It's really, really convenient to use. And you have the Tor option. Plus, I offer you VPN routers. I offer you a VPN routers product that you can use, so you can actually use a router to directly route to the VPN in your entire household. And I provide this from the single one company. So this is why, if you're thinking about VPNs, the Bytes VPN, it's a hell of a competitive option from some little old me. Okay. Tor is okay for email. That's about. Where do you get that, Weefucan? That's just a zucked up idea. So if you're gonna go research nuclear weapons, you're gonna use a. You're gonna say, I want to search about nuclear weapons. I think I'm gonna do that using a VPN. I'm gonna use a VPN to do search for nuclear services because nuclear weapons. I'm going to search for Al-Qaeda and all that, and I'm going to search for that using a VPN. That's pretty zucked up, Weefucan. I mean, for somebody with your expertise, you shouldn't say that. Why did Apple pull Wiki app? I don't understand what you mean. I don't understand what is Apple pulling Wiki app. So anyway, a VPN is extremely important, and Tor is a necessary part of that. When you need to turn it on, you need to have it on, and a Tor browser doesn't cut it. A Tor browser doesn't cut it, okay, especially for email. So, yes, Tony, why your product instead of DuckDuckGo, Windows 5? DuckDuckGo has nothing. I don't do silly searches. Okay, then you're being. So Weefucan, so you're being censored basically. So you don't want to. You are prevented from doing searches that you want to do because you are censored. Okay. So, okay. Somebody asked a question. Why does that? This has nothing to do with DuckDuckGo. You should use DuckDuckGo. There's nothing to do with all the other things you talked about. Whoever asked that question, I forgot. There's nothing to do with that because they're a completely separate concept. This has to do with a VPN. Nothing to do with search engines. Completely different. Completely different. So yes, you should use DuckDuckGo and other things, but a VPN is a separate product that everyone needs to have. Everyone should have it. There should be no person in the world without a VPN or Tor. I'm no interest in searching that does not make me banned. So Weefucan says he's going to be censored because he's going to say, I'm going to not ever search anything that will identify me any kind of a way because I could be censored even though I could use Tor. Okay, well, I don't believe that. You can believe that, but I believe you should be able to search anything you want and protect yourself at the search level. Okay, so if you're Ron Waxman, you want to search for midget porn, that you should be able to search for midget porn using Tor. Why not recommend buying a throwaway phone for your naughty searches? What does that do, Tony? You get a naughty phone, naughty searches for a phone, you will be spotted like a zucking crazy fool that you are because you didn't do any safety precaution. Why would a phone protect you in any kind of a way if you didn't have a VPN? Tony? What can you explain that to me? How does that protect you? You just revealed yourself using your zucking phone. And you just identified yourself and you just paid for it and say, oh, I guess it's me doing the naughty searches and I just want everyone to know that it's me. And your ISP knows exactly what you search for and they have a database for it and they can sell that. And it's like, this is perfect. And they exactly know where you live. Okay, so there you go. There you go. I don't know, Weefucan, your idea of silly and my idea of silly are completely different things. Okay. Apparently, you're more trusting than I am. I'm not. Okay. I'm not that trusting. Okay. What about the DuckDuckGo browser Android? What does that have to do with anything? You can use DuckDuckGo browser. That has nothing to do with a VPN. You still need a VPN. What does that have to do with DuckDuckGo? You go to DuckDuckGo and you click on a link. What happens when you click on the link? It shows your IP address. You better have a sucky VPN. My naughty searches must look tame compared to everything else over Bytes VPN. Yeah, Bytes VPN has searches on. How often do you search for terrorist groups to join? We fool can, since you're retired, that might not be, that might not matter to you, but I can imagine that a person that has a job may not necessarily want their porn searches to show up, may not necessarily, want, discussions about politics to show up, and so on. And you may think that's unimportant because you're retired, but for average people, that can cost them their job. Okay, so mind you, most VPNs are known honeypots. That's why you go to Bytes VPN, so you know it's not a honeypot. Okay, because you know who I am. It's a 20. Tony, don't be sucked up, okay? You don't even know how the internet works. You are spotted by your IP address. It doesn't matter that you have the throwaway phone. They know who you zucking are. You need to hide your IP address. Don't connect that. There's two different concepts here. Not Tony, I'm using a $20 throwaway phone and I'm in good shape. Yeah, $20 plus your subscription and they still know your sucking exact location. Come on, Tony. Use a VPN. Okay? You really don't understand what's going on. They know who you... Exactly. I sent secret email to manager next day. How naughty does it have to worry about the feds? It's not anything to do with the feds. I'm not worried about the feds. The feds is not the issue here. The issue is your ISP and others are tracking your DNS traffic, your IP address traffic and all that. And it can be used against you because they sell that data and that can be used and sent to your employer, as an example, and to anyone who wishes to know what you zucking do at night. What IP address? What name? I'm using their network. Tony, do you not understand how the internet works, Tony? You have no conception how the internet works. You need to watch my videos. You really are missing the point here. Tony, you need to watch my videos. Seriously. The first one to watch is the one on location searches because they're finding you within 6 zucking feet with your zucking burner phone. Okay, Tony. Oh, I don't really. I'm gonna use a $20 burner phone plus the fees. It's gonna cost me $50 to use my zucking burner phone, and they still find your zucking location, and they still know who you are based on the IMEI number and the ICC zucking ID. Tony, no, Tony, you are zucking wrong. No, you do not know how these devices work. This is why I actually made a video about this. I made a broadcast about this. Burner phones do nothing for you. Nothing. Okay, if you want to do a proper burner phone, Tony, watch my zucking video on flip phones. Do not buy a zucking burner phone from Best Buy with cash. Waste of money. Seriously, Tony. Seriously. Waste of money. Don't even try that. I'm going to give you a book that shows what the NSA knows, and then you're going to go look. Yeah, I guess that's the. Yes, finally, WeFuCan believes that because WeFuCan is doing burner phones. Okay, that burner phones are useless. The way I do it is I have a stack of SIM cards on my BlackBerry, an old phone. I'm using an old phone and I have a stack of SIM cards and I go change them. That's good enough. No, oh, come on, Tony. They do not find your zucking area, Tony. They find you within 6 feet. Oh my gosh. You really have to watch my videos, Tony. You're not subscribed to my YouTube. You don't sound like you're subscribed to my YouTube. If you don't understand that you're being tracked within 6 fucking feet. 6 feet. Oh, they know my approximate area. 6 feet. How approximate is that? 6 feet. I can't believe I just buy. No, wrong advice, Tony. Wrong. Please listen to me. Wrong advice. You need a VPN. There's no absolute exact feet. There is no solution. You need a VPN. If I could tell you that you could do without a VPN, I would tell you. You either need Tor or a VPN or both. You have to. There's no alternative. Okay? No, Tony's just reacting from his own knowledge. I'm just filling in the blanks here. Tony's reacting to what he thinks it is, and I'm just trying to correct something that I know is false. It's incorrect information. I actually want to focus on that this weekend, and I want to talk about, being off the grid. I want to do videos of being off the grid and how difficult it is because people don't actually understand what being off the grid means because just like Tony said, he thinks you can just buy a burner phone and do this. It's actually my topic for the weekend. Okay? So, yeah. And the problem with burner phones, all the burner phones you buy are all Android, and they all track you like zucking crazy. That's why you cannot buy a burner phone because they're all zucking Android. That's why instead of buying a burner phone, you use a new, sorry, Tony, NCIS came to my house. NCIS came to my house and they wanted to use my house. So, sorry, Tony, wrong information. Yeah, you have to live like Grizzly Adams. Soon 5G will be, I don't know anything about 5G. So anyway, just come on, people, trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Okay, and you're going to say, I'm going to buy a burner phone, and you don't even understand what that means. I'm going to buy a burner phone for $20, and you think, then you buy the SIM card, and it's like, oh, this is easy. Burner phone for $20, SIM card. Wrong. Yes, if you watch my video, I'm using a BlackBerry and then SIM card from Ting.com, yes. And I have a stack of SIM cards, and I used it in that video. And I have a stack of SIM cards. And that's, by the way, is my most popular video. That's my most popular video. From 2 weeks ago, it already has 700 views from just 2 weeks. So that's my most popular video. So, but yes, I just want to make sure that you have misconceptions here. You all need a VPN. It's not an option. VPN. If you don't have a VPN, they're going to spot your zucking location like crazy on any app, any website. It's plenty of people buy burner phone and it doesn't matter, Tony, that I tell you all the different problems with using a burner phone because you think it offers safety. It does not. The National Zucking Agency will just laugh at you for buying a burner phone. Say, oh, look at these people buying a burner phone and they think they're not identified. And it's like, zuck you. Okay, unless you use the phone only to make one call. If you use it only for one call, yes, that could work. One call. Maybe you have to, Tony, two-factor authentication, Brian. Two-factor authentication. 2FA is called two-factor authentication. Okay, looks like we do have a topic this weekend. Tony, come back tomorrow. We'll talk about this more. That's a great thing that you brought that up because it's exactly what I want to talk about. And show you that going off the grid is not helped by buying a burner phone. And Wee Fu Ken was very fond of burner phones and glad that he's thought it over. Burner phones are very, very easy to identify. They're kind of a waste of time. So I do not buy burner phones. That offers no advantage whatsoever. Okay? So they're only useful for one purpose, which is a single call. If you're not going to use it for a single call, they're not of any use. So instead of doing that, I'm not going to do that. You can't. It's nearly impossible without living in a third world country. In May Talk on Sailing, burner phone include the flip. No, burner phones are Androids. I still use them for setting up new accounts. Yeah, I use one. I use my BlackBerry for setting up new accounts, but I solved that already with that video I made on using Google Voice. Okay. Yes, yes, you're still tracked, but as soon as you say anything on the phone, they know who you are. No glows. How you doing, Thomas? No, they know who you are because of who you call. There's a link on my video, Mario. There's a link on my video on where to get the phone and the exact model. Please look at the flip phone video on YouTube. Got all the information on there, including the carrier that I use and how to make sure it's compatible and will run. If you buy the wrong kind of phone, even if it's also a BlackBerry, you can buy the wrong one. It will not serve you good. So please watch the video, and it will give you the right phone, and you can buy it new or used. People think burner phones are safe because of what they see in TVs and movies. You're crazy. I can use a burner phone all day long with numbers showing, and that you're incorrect, Tony. But we'll save that for tomorrow. You're quite incorrect. Yeah, quite wrong. I wish you were right, Tony, but unfortunately that information is so off. I don't even know what to tell you. Okay? Get your Zuckerberg phone, and many entities, including your ISP, will know exactly who you are, where you live. Okay? Because apparently you've never heard of Wi-Fi triangulation. Okay? You've never heard of Wi-Fi triangulation. So you're going to say, well, I'm going to use my Android. Actually, they don't know as soon as they know as soon as you speak on it. Yes, not counting that, no more hate. That's the other thing that they know, is to speak on it. But I'm not even counting that. The moment you speak on it, we don't have a burner phone here. And you don't need one because it doesn't really hide you. So I don't know what the purpose of having a burner phone is. It doesn't really do any, it's just a waste of money. So people who think that it's going to hide your identity is just zucked up. How the hell do they know who I am when I'm not using it at home? You brought it home, right, Tony? Didn't you bring the phone home? Is it in your pocket? So now you're telling me I'm gonna get a phone. I'm gonna do naughty searches on the phone, but I'm not gonna ever bring it home. You're being inconsistent here, Tony. Being inconsistent. Okay. Well, let's save that for tomorrow. That's too exciting to keep it all for tonight, Tony. We gotta save it for tomorrow. It's exciting stuff. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Okay? It's an exciting topic. We're going to figure it out tomorrow, and I'll, hopefully I explain enough detail. I hear you are saying, I think it's thinking of the average user. You're incorrect, Kelp. Again, incorrect. Which VPN can I use for my Android device? Brights VPN, please, right there. Brights VPN. Only watch porn in crowded public places. There, Simon, is even that's not going to help you. Even that's not going to help you. If I put it in a locker in a bus station, then how would they know? Yes, Kelp, I'm going to use a burner phone. I'm going to keep it in a locker and never take it home. Yeah, okay. Why did you get a burner phone anyway? When's the next time you're going live on Brax Me? You mean I'm not going live on Brax Me when I do this? It should be automatic. I'll leave it a mile marker 3 or 4 every night on the highway. Yes, but who do you call on it, Tony? Who do you call on it? There's so many ways to spot you, even with all that combined. Therefore, it is useless. Okay? It is useless for anything. It's not ridiculous, Kelp. You're being ridiculous because you're not understanding what the issue is. You and your hyper privacy commentary. Okay? It is not ridiculous. This is a known fact. They have a database of all this. It goes to sites that are selling this commercially. Hard to charge at mile marker 384. One call use is the only purpose of a burner phone. We Fu can. It's exactly right. That is the only benefit of a burner phone. One-time use. If you're not going to use it for one-time use and not at home, elsewhere, one-time use in some unknown location that you never ever visit again, meaning you don't call from your Zucking office. Tony, sorry about your spoof calling app. Sucked up, Tony. Sorry. Tony thinks actually that you can use the IP spoofing apps on Android. Yeah. Try that. Okay. Sorry, Tony, that doesn't work. Sorry, Tony, don't listen to Kelp. He has incorrect information. That does not help. Okay. Why do my cell shows on my friend's caller ID when I didn't call him? Burner phone, one-time use, throw it away after. Spoof apps link to your phone. More than that. We Fucan knows. Okay. Kelp is locked up. Tony doesn't know. So, but, we'll talk about this tomorrow. Tony, hold on to your comments for tomorrow, and you bring it out tomorrow, and you hammer with all of them, and I'll give you all the time and the detail to explain it all to you. So, no, my advice to everyone is have a VPN. Forget about your Zuckerberg phone. It's useless. Forget about your Zuckerberg phone. Have a VPN, okay? VPN or Tor router. Forget about the burner phone. I am your father. You need a phone without internet. You need a phone without it. Exactly, Gold 65. 8 p.m. as usual, Tony, and hope to see you back here. And we'll 8 to 10 as usual. Tony, go to Brax Me and get questions answered. No, just there's videos on YouTube to explain some of this, especially the location ones. But we can put it together in a as a concept. It needs to be put together in a discussion, so you see, do question and answer, because some of the comments are inconsistent. Like, I'm going to leave it at mile marker 384, but yet I'm using it for naughty searches. So which means you got to drive to mile marker 384 to do the naughty searches. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Do we have to listen to your boring piano playing tomorrow? No, Tony, I hardly played any piano. So I only played it for 2 minutes. Is that too much? 2 minutes? Okay. So see you all tomorrow. And yes, I'll even erase the piano playing on even this video when I put it on, when it's on YouTube. By tomorrow, the piano portion will be erased. Okay, piano portion will be erased. Okay, got Tony and Kelp related. Okay, guys, you're awesome. Thank you, Tony. See you back tomorrow, and hope you learn from it tomorrow. Not today. You'll learn from it tomorrow. Thank you, guys. Good night. And again, I'm going to put two-factor authentication on Brax this weekend. Thank you very much, and Meyer and everyone else. Bye-bye.